Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly. I'm a K-pop fan and tarot reader. Today's video is brought to you by a lovely donator from my Ko-fi page. They're asking about an actor today, which is really interesting. His name is Hyun. He looks like he's an Aries, and we're just doing kind of a general career reading for him. I am not a drama watcher, so I definitely had to look him up. I'm not familiar with any of the dramas and stuff he's been in so far. Sorry about that. So if anybody recommends what work is your favorite from him that I should check out, please do so. Today we're going to use my Crow Tarot. And we're going to see what's in store for Mr. Hyun. I swear the face cam is coming back soon. I have my new camera. I'm just still getting the setup that I like for it. But I swear, it's coming. It's coming. Okay. Stop throwing cards. It's a new deck, so I'm breaking it in. I mean, technically it's an old deck, it's just new to me. Definitely need to edge this in black. Okay, let's go. So the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Hermit, the World, Ace of Swords in reverse, Four of Wands, Justice upright, the Chariot in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, and the Hierophant upright. This is an interesting read. Okay, usually for career readings, the top row is going to be more near future, and the bottom row tends to be further out future. I try to almost read it as like a chronological line of events, but sometimes certain cards will work together. If you're familiar with my readings, then you already know I do this. So just in case someone hasn't seen my readings before and wonders how they work, sometimes I forget to say that, and I wonder if I am super confusing for the people who are watching. So let's go. There's Seven of Pentacles. So this is about putting in a lot of work and kind of waiting. So I think he is like waiting for the right opportunity to come. I'm a little worried he might be not looking in the right direction, and maybe trying to, like, not taking enough risks in the early career, because this is about something kind of good passing him by. And I mean, he has Three Cups already. It could be just he was already really busy. He took up some stuff, and then something really good that he had the opportunity to be on. Kind of like there's like almost a regret there. But just the Seven of Wands seems like he's like really trying to stay busy. And the Hermit also speaks to like wanting to try to find yourself. So it could be that he's still trying to find like his footing. Either this looked like a risk and he was scared to take the risk. Or just from what he was given, the information he was operating with, he didn't feel like it was something that was gonna be for him. But the Hermit talks about also like kind of finding your inner fire, learning really what suits you. So I think in the beginning, he's still kind of filling out what kind of actor he is and what he's interested in doing, and the kind of highs and lows that come with that. And the great thing in the world is, I think sooner, you know, in the next few years here, I do think he will get on something that will do really well. This is a card about like manifesting your dreams, or like things coming to fruition that you've been wanting for a very long time. So I do think, yes, he will do pretty well after kind of spending the time like learning what he's really good at, and finally jumping on things that suit him, or like finding some lessons you work with like casting directors and certain actors that you know you work well with, and it may be that right now he's still figuring that out, and in a few years he'll have that like kind of crew that they know what they're doing and he knows what he's doing, and it'll pay off for him. So I do see some success here. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse though. So this kind of comes at again, we saw I wonder if this is something that like is his own project he wants to get off the ground, and he kind of deals with some problems there. That, or someone may try to say something untrue. There's just kind of like this little bit of like negative attention he's gonna get here after the success. Now, anytime you're successful, immediately people are gonna come trying to like knock you down. That's just how it is. People hate seeing people succeed. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me, but people do it. So it could be something like that. He does well, and suddenly like now people want to start bringing up negative stuff from his past. That might happen a little bit. We do have Justice upright and the Four of Wands. So I don't think it's going to hurt him overall. He's just something he might have to wait out a little bit. But this is a great creative stability card. So even though people are going to come out and try to knock him down, he's going to be riding this high for a while. He's going to be kind of getting what he wants, what he worked hard for, what he deserves, and he's going to do great. Then eventually though, he will hit a rough patch. It's gonna kind of have his high, and then it's gonna go for a while. You know, this world is this high, it goes, he's doing really well, and then the Chariot's like, it's gonna start to, the work's gonna slow down for him. A lot of these guys, they hit a certain age, they gotta take their military enlistment, or just like you hit a certain age and now there's a whole new crop of young hot guys you have to compete against, and that gets hard. For some reason the work will get more sparse for him at an age, but this is later on in his career after he's been successful for a while. So I think it could be a natural slowdown. It could be his own decision if he eventually wants to stop, have a family, or just take some time off, enjoy his money, things like that. Or, I mean, I hate to say that something sad might happen in his personal life, but we do have the King of Cups, which is generally sadness. It is kind of like losing your emotional stability. So, it could be that later on he's having this kind of rough patch, and he could be just very disappointed that he's missing out on roles he used to get, or he might have gotten in the past, or there could be a more personal reason. It's hard to tell. Let me see if I actually can pull a card for that. Well, here's this Chariot card here. What does this Chariot card represent? This is Ten of Swords in reverse, so yeah, it's definitely the end of a cycle. The end of a cycle, and kind of sometimes it's not quite a 7 where you've been like fully stabbed in the back, but it could feel like people just pulled the rug out from under you. Could be maybe the company he was with dissolves. The company doesn't re-sign his contract or something like that. It's like definitely the end of a cycle, and he's got some sadness about moving on. And then we have the Hierophant, which it's almost about studying. It's also about kind of learning the higher secrets, or kind of being shown those higher secrets. So I am hoping that this means he kind of has this low period, but it's almost like going back to school, like almost going back and like sharpening your skills again. It could also mean he becomes a kind of teacher, you know, like there are colleges and stuff that are for like actors, and it could be something like that, where if he's not getting the roles as much anymore, if he's one of the more veteran actors, then he's doing more teaching. It could be learning or teaching for him. But it's kind of like going back into that community where you're expanding your skill set. So I mean, it's kind of good. It's almost like going back to the start, like renewing his love for acting again as he's older. Because again, this is kind of the far future. So I see this as like almost by the time he's middle-aged. This isn't this isn't him as a young man doing this. Also, just on the off chance, maybe he has children and he wants to see them go into the same field. Let me just see this. Hierophant card. What? Yeah, the Empress. Yeah, I kind of almost see this as him. Empress really feels like it's almost starting a family. So, yeah, it's definitely about expansion and reintroducing himself kind of into that community. Sometimes it's like going out of like your traditional acting, and now you're getting back into like Broadway or screenplays or something like that, where he has almost like learned a new skill set. Like he could become a writer. Yeah, because this Ace of Swords almost like maybe he tried it once before and it didn't work for him, so he waits until much later to try it again, and that's when he'll see like his success. The Empress also talks about possibly birthing, so it's either children or that project finally like comes to pass here later for him. But I guess, you know, he's kind of got his up and downs, his highs, then he rides that high and he's down again, and then he like kind of comes back up, but he reinvents himself in a different way in his later years. So that's kind of what I have for his overall career. I'm gonna just go ahead and do a little bit of a current energies reading, like as I am prone to do. Okay, current energies, currently. So again, how are, okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's turn these bad boys over. 7 of Cups. 2 Swords. Tower in reverse. Strength, that's good. 2 of Wands. I believe that's the 2 of Wands. Judgment. 4 of Wands. Oh, yeah. Queen of Wands. 4 of Cups again. And the Fool in reverse. Okay, so he is going... He's feeling overwhelmed a little bit. And this is about having a whole lot of choices. It could feel also a little bit like he doesn't know who to trust if he's getting a lot of offers from people, but he doesn't know which ones are good and which people he really feels are trying to help him and which ones he feels are trying to use him. So he's kind of dealing with some trust issues, maybe with the industry. Also possibly because of this 3 of Swords here, which generally is disappointment, and the Tower in reverse. So I think something that happened not long ago, he had a bit of a falling out with somebody. I don't know if he also maybe had changed companies, but it has a lot to do with Some kind of big change because he wasn't sure if he could trust somebody. Strength is just, he's powering through that. He's fine. Like, it's not stopping him from what he wants to do. This tower moment really hasn't changed the way he operates, but it did kind of change how maybe he operates, who he's going through. He had to reset or reestablish something in his life because the foundation kind of fell out of it. But strength is a good card to have right next to that because it definitely means like he's resilient. Then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So again, this is kind of touching on those options. It's usually Two of Wands would be planning. So it's like maybe due to this, he's not planning something at the moment. Like it's almost like he's still weighing all of these things. Like he's not being hasty about making a decision, which is good. I mean, he's just taking his time because he wants to. You know, he's not letting people pressure him, which is really good. I mean, he is dealing with some of the fallout and the emotional stress of that, but he's handling it. So Judgment. Judgment can mean a few things. It's kind of also a bit of that transition, but it's almost like being called to that change, and also kind of it can deal with the way people view you. So maybe he's taking advantage of this downtime to change kind of how the public views him. He may want to change how they view him, or he may want to get more of their attention, you know, trying something else to get more of their attention. Again, the Four of Wands is like a creative stability, so he has a lot of options, so I don't think he's lacking there. I don't think he's gonna like not work. He's just being highly like kind of selective, taking his time to make those decisions, but ultimately he is making them. Four of Wands is very like I'm doing kind of exactly what I want to be doing. I'm doing it for me kind of vibes. And the Queen of Wands too is about not only is he making these choices for himself, but it seems like he's also doing it for other people. I don't know if that's his family or he has like other friends and stuff that they're all kind of like trying to help each other in the business. But it's almost like him taking more of a leadership and a providing role in a creative way. So it definitely has to do about his career. But it is kind of in a nurturing, kind of looking out for other people. So we saw the cups. Now we're gonna have our Four of Cups here, where it's about kind of maybe he feels like he has enough on his plate and he's going to let something go because again, it was like almost feeling overwhelmed or not sure. So someone coming away, and it's almost like him saying like that's okay. It's almost like the acceptance of that going away. I'm gonna show you we have the Two of Swords, and then we have the Fool too, which is for him, the Fool can mean kind of innocence, and I feel like for his this is almost like maybe he's a bit jaded with what's going on. Also these go together because maybe there was an opportunity, a new opportunity for something that he's just letting go. He doesn't want to take like that risk with the Fool, because the Fool can, you know, mean something new, trying something different, taking that risk, and he's like, no, I'm gonna let it go. You know, again, he's like, yeah, it's something I wanted to do, but I can't trust the people that are handling it to do it right. So that's kind of like the current energy that I get, is that he's just being very, very cautious about what he wants to do, but he has strength and stability, and so it's like he doesn't need to, like, the risks are unnecessary, so he doesn't want to deal with that. He is just like, nope, this crowd, this weird energy here, like this past, again, I don't know if it's a company or a past group of people he was around, but he's getting away from that energy now. It's like he really wants to move on to where he has more of his own, not just responsibilities, but just like, I can't think of the word I want to say, but he's like just in charge of it. He's very good. I don't know, he just wants to be in this place where he's stable and he's in charge and he can take and leave what he wants to without dealing with any of these past like repercussions. Maybe he felt like he was being forced to take too many unnecessary risks before, and he wants to be more in charge of his own fate, of what he does. So there's a word for it that I want to use, but it is totally escaping me right now. If I can remember it, I'll put it on the screen. But I hope you get what I'm trying to say there. It's just that he has more accountability for himself and more power to choose and do what he wants. And it seems like he's working towards that right now. He's getting away from all this kind of drama and unsurety that he had in the past. But he seems like a very down-to-earth kind of person, very practical in his choices right now. So this is kind of the current energy. He's kind of trying to get away from some of this chaos he was dealing with before, and now things are trying to be much more stable for him. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it. It was really fun to do some actors, because that puts me onto some completely new people that I had to look up and learn about, and that was really fun. So thank you. I hope we can do it again another time. Come back and see me whenever. If you enjoyed this reading, please leave a like. If you want to get a reading about your favorite idol celebrity, anybody in the public realm, please feel free to visit the Ko-fi page. I'll make sure that the link is on the screen right now. And for any donation, for even hitting the minimum donation, I'll do that reading. That'll be like one of the next videos that I record. I try to do them as fast as I can. I upload twice a week, Tuesdays, Fridays. So they shouldn't be too long of a wait. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you really soon. Okay, bye.